Hi everyone, welcome to day 3. Day 3, our objective or our goal is to write a beginning or an introduction using specific details to hook the reader to our topic. Remember, specific details are the names of specific people, places, and things. They're also known as proper nouns. So now that we have our quick list plan and our regular plan, you might need a few minutes today to go back and finish up your plan, and if that's the case, that's totally fine. But our job today is to write that beginning to hook the reader. Yesterday in my plan, I decided that I was going to hook my reader by using a setting to introduce the reader to my topic, greatest impact as a teacher of social distancing. So when I start my beginning, I need that 2-finger space indent. That's a basic convention that we know about and that we use. And so the setting that I want to describe to the reader is the Friday of spring break, because that's where everything changed. So I'm going to start with a capital letter because it's the beginning of a sentence. It was just like any other, I could say day, but the day that spring break or before we went on spring break was Friday. So capital F for Friday. Remember, I'm showing the reader a setting, so I want to really make sure that I give the reader that picture. It was just like any other Friday before spring break. Spring break is the title of an event, so we capitalize both of those. There's another specific detail that I've used in my writing. I could say at school, but again, specific details. Miles Elementary. I think I can squeeze that in neatly towards the end. Elementary school. And I capitalize all of those letters because that's the specific title or name of our school, period. But what did that setting look like? Well, let's see. I know, and I can always tell when a break is coming because there's just this excitement that goes throughout the air. And that's exactly what I want to write to the reader. There was an excitement that it buzzed throughout the hallways. Buzzed throughout the hallways. And with a real quick sentence, I can show the reader that in my setting. Teachers, I'm capitalizing teachers only because that's the beginning of my sentence. That is not the specific name of a teacher. So teachers had a little extra pep in their step, meaning you could tell they were a little extra energetic. I want to put a little bit of my own voice into this setting to hook the reader. Pep in their step. And students had a little I don't want to repeat the pep in the step, but they had a little extra spring in their skip. Had a little extra spring in their skip. Meaning you all 5th graders were a little extra bouncy that day. So I want to show the reader this setting of what things it looked like. But now I need to get into that topic and focus. So next sentence is going to be, little did we know as the day ended, what had happened? We didn't know any of this was happening as the day ended, that the phrase, and that phrase that we're talking about and having to write about is social distancing. Social distancing. If you need help with the spelling of that phrase, it's in your directions, and you can also borrow my spelling as well. Social distancing would impact, that's part of our directions, so we need to make sure that we include that to orient the reader, all of our lives. So let's see. My final sentence is just going to be, as a teacher, because remember, my focus is on the teacher and the greatest impact. So as a teacher, the greatest impact for me has been missing my mornings at Miles. And again, I have to capitalize the M in Miles because that's the specific name of our school. So your job today is to write a beginning. I know you all have learned different ways to hook your reader. The way that I chose was to use a setting to show the reader what that Friday before spring looked like, before we knew about social distancing, and before things had changed and all of our lives were impacted. So if I had to show the reader where I used specific details, I used words like Friday, a phrase like spring break, Miles Elementary School, and I know there are a few others as well. At the end, I used Miles again. So happy writing with your beginning today, everyone.